Von Hensley assumed his destiny was written in spilled coffee and trivia night nachos. His life was a comfortable, sarcastic rut, a defense mechanism against a world that expected nothing from him. Grand adventures? Alien royalty? That was mythology reserved for other people. Then the universe, clearly a fan of irony, handed him an unmarked package. His boss, Jerry, tossed it over with a familiar warning. Try not to embarrass the company. The address led not to a loading dock, but to an auction house dripping with Bond villain extravagance. Hensley was a smudge of denim in a room of silk, surrounded by bidders who glared as if he were tracking mud on their priceless ambitions. He tried to cope as he always did, with bad jokes. He asked the receptionist if they sold alien stuff. The answer, shockingly, was yes. A pompous guest sneered at the earthling delivery boy. But it was the woman in the silver cloak, radiating an unnerving intensity, who held his gaze. "Do you mock everything you don't understand?" she asked, her voice low. "Only the stuff that's terrifying," Hensley shot back. In a desperate, awkward attempt to diffuse the tension, he offered a dramatic, mocking salute. The room froze. The woman's faint smile vanished, replaced by something sharp, almost predatory. "Do you realize what you've just done?" she demanded. Made a fool of myself again?" "That gesture," she said, her voice dropping to a chill, "is the formal proposal of marriage in my culture. She was Queen Zia of Zona." And, to his horror, she accepted. Hensley's denial was a sputtering engine of panic. He was just a delivery guy. He didn't even have health insurance. But Zia was immovable. "It is done." Moments later, he was aboard her starship, a marvel of silent, glowing luxury. He was her accidental fiancé. He poked at alien food that tasted, impossibly, like citrus and hope. "Are we sure there's no loophole?" he pleaded. Zia spoke only of dire consequences. Zona itself was breathtaking, a skyline of floating gardens and impossible spires. But the welcome was cold. The royal court awaited, led by a stern advisor named Von, whose disbelief at the Earthling was palpable. The Grand Hall felt like an alien aquarium, and Hensley, stuffed into a formal space tuxedo, was the strangest fish. When Zia presented him, the court erupted. Von challenged her openly. This individual is to be potential co-ruler. Hensley hadn't signed up for ruling, but Zia, resolute, silenced the dissent. Later in private he had to ask, "Why him?" "Being queen," Zia confided, her regal mask slipping, "is a burden. You showed courage, however unintentional, sincerity. Those are rare qualities here." They threw him into the fire. An orientation on etiquette, how to bow at exactly 32 degrees. A grand state dinner, the rite of concordance, where his future hinged on a single question. A dignitary asked what quality a ruler needs most. Hensley, seeing the skeptical faces, spoke his only truth. "Knowing that you don't have all the answers. Realizing you can't do it alone." The court, stunned by his honesty, accepted it. Zia's faint smile was his reward. "Good unexpected," she whispered. He endured the Hall of Concord, suffocating in diplomacy over fuel exports. Forced to speak, he offered not protocol, but humanity, an awkward, heartfelt speech on cooperation. A reptilian delegate warned him, "Words are only the beginning. We will be watching." The summit miraculously was a success. On the observation deck, watching the twin suns of Zona set, the weight of their roles lifted. Hensley saw Zia not as a queen, but as a woman. "Why stick with me?" he asked again. "You see the world with a simplicity they've lost," she said. "You don't seek power. Your intentions are genuine." "You're pretty amazing too," he offered. "Strong, smart, and terrifying, in the best way possible." Her laugh was genuine. "We have come a long way." A festival erupted on the planet below. Amid the music and bioluminescent light, Hensley finally felt the tension ease. He found Zia in the crowd. "So," he asked, the universe settling around him, "what happens now?" She looked at him, the queen and the woman merging into one. "Now," she said, "we move forward, together." He smiled. For the first time, this lost delivery boy, this accidental consort, felt like he actually belonged.